Hello and welcome to Southern Sports Network. I'm Taylor Gillis.
And I'm JJ Necro, here to update you on the latest in Moccasin sports news. Florida Southern's men's basketball team fell to its Sunshine State Conference rival on Wednesday in Tampa. The Mocs ended the game with 78 points as Tampa shot a three-pointer at the buzzer, giving them the 79 points for the win. Senior Jeremiah Davis led the Moccasins with 24 points and 10 rebounds. He also contributed with 5 assists. After returning home for their final game of the season, the men fell 93-70 against Lynn University on Saturday. The Mocs got behind early and were unable to come back. They finished their regular season with the game at Barry tonight and the final game at Eckerd on Saturday. The playoffs begin March 1st. The women's team was able to pull away with a late 68-58 win over Tampa on Wednesday. The Moccasins were able to score 27 points in the fourth quarter to help them get their 5th straight win. Senior Gianna Vistola also scored her 1,000th career point. Vistola ended the night with 14 points to bring her career total to 1,003. Anissa Toomey led the Moccasins with 18 points. The women then won their 6th straight game on Saturday at home against Lynn. The final score was 60-51. Senior Gianna Vistola led the Mocs with 20 points. The Mocs honored the 4 seniors on the team following the victory. The ladies also have 2 away games left. The first playoff game will be hosted at Florida Southern on March 1st.
The Mocs baseball team had a very successful weekend in South Carolina, bringing home 3 wins against Catholic University Panthers. In Friday's game, Cody Burgess hit 3 home runs, while Logan Browning struck out 3 batters in 5 innings, ending the game with a 17-1 victory for the Mocs. Saturday's game started off strong when Omar Villamon led off the top of the third with the first home run of the season, followed by a 2-run home run Cody Burgess. Then a 3-run homer in the top of the 7th by Mitch Reeves ended the game with a 25-7 win in favor of Florida Southern. In Sunday's game, the Mocs defeated the Panthers again when freshman Christian Maglinch delivered his first 2 home runs of the season, followed by the 7 unearned runs in the 8th inning to finish the game with a 15-2 score. The next time the Mocs baseball team plays will be tomorrow at 1:05 against the Detroit Tigers at Merchant Stadium. If you're a Florida Southern student and you can get tickets for free for the game at the Student Center.
Over the weekend, Florida Southern softball had a successful game in St. Petersburg against Eckerd College. In Friday's first game, sophomore shortstop Michaela Dewberry had a leadoff double in the 5th inning. Erica Moresi also had a double in the 8th inning, and Alex Mace and Donna Ryan each had singles, ending the game with a 4-1 victory for the Mocs. In Friday's second game, the top of the 6th started with a 2-out, 2-run single by Alex Mace. The following inning, Shannon Bell's 4th hit of the game and Erica Moresi's double helped lead the Mocs to victory. The final score was 9-1 in favor of Florida Southern. On Saturday, Jessica Trena hit a 2-run single in the top of the 5th inning. The 6th inning, the Mocs scored again on a single by Michaela Dewberry, and later Shannon Bell delivered a double in the top of the 7th inning, leading the Mocs to a 4-3 victory against the Panthers once more. Next weekend, Mocs softball will play their first home game of the season against Lynn University in a 3-game conference series at Auburndale Softball Complex. Friday night's game begins at 7 p.m.
The women's golf team also had a success in their home Lady Mocs Classic tournament. The women finished in 4th place overall. Freshman Amanda Gartlett was the top individual finisher for the Mocs, coming in 3rd place. Their next tournament is March 13th and 14th, hosted by Rollins.
The women's lacrosse team took on Grand Valley State on Thursday and emerged with an 18-12 victory. Senior Kendall Courage scored 7 goals to lead the Lady Mocs in scoring. Taylor Gillis made 8 saves in goal, leading her to earn Defensive Player of the Week honors. The ladies played again at home on Tuesday, suffering a 12-5 loss against number 2 ranked Adelphi. Courage scored both goals for the Mocs and earned Offensive Player of the Week honors. After a very strong showing, our women's tennis team unfortunately fell to West Florida after a 4.5-hour battle. It was the 7th-ranked Argonauts who emerged as the victor. The Moccasins took a 2-1 lead at the end of the doubles as Lorena Rionda and Magda Stepnik grabbed a decisive 8-4 win over the opposing team. Despite this lead at the beginning, Valdosta was eventually able to seal the deal and stave off the Mocs. Florida Southern will play again at Florida Tech this Friday at 12 p.m.
The men's tennis team lost to West Florida on Friday to 7-2. Their match against Valdosta State on Saturday was canceled. The team's next match will be on the 27th at Eckerd. FSC men's track team placed 16th out of 27 teams on the track meets last Saturday at Embry-Riddle. The Mocs scored all their points in the 3,000-meter run, with Evan Canones being the top scored in third place. The women's team placed last in the same meet, with Jolene Vergas in eighth place, finishing the 5,000-meter, scoring the Mocs their only point for the game. Allison Wright also placed in the top 10 in the 3,000-meter. The men's and women's track team's next meet is on the March 3rd at University of Tampa's Track Classic.
The FSC men and women's swim teams competed in the Sunshine State Conference Championships over last weekend. Both teams scored top 3 finishes, with the men's team placing second out of 6 teams and the women's team placing third out of 7 teams. Men's senior Marco Palacios won the 100 and 200 backstroke for the 3rd year in a row, making him the first men's swimmer in SSC history to win 3 consecutive titles in 2 different events. The women's team notably won a silver medal in the 200 free and a bronze medal in the 200 back for Peyton Brielle, and a silver medal in the 100 breast and a bronze in the 200 breast for Haley DeGrace.
Thank you for joining us today for this edition of Southern Sports Network.
I'm JJ Nico.
And I'm Taylor Gillis. We'll see you next week.